hope she'll be a fool. That's the best thing a girl can be in this world, a beautiful little fool. So we beat on, boats against the current, borne back ceaselessly into the past. The loneliest moment in someone's life is when they are watching their whole world fall apart, and all they can do is stare blankly. Angry, and half in love with her, and tremendously sorry, I turned away. I don't want to repeat my innocence. I want the pleasure of losing it again. And I like large parties. They're so intimate. At small parties there isn't any privacy. I was within and without, simultaneously enchanted and repelled by the inexhaustible variety of life. I wasn't actually in love, but I felt a sort of tender curiosity. Let us learn to show our friendship for a man when he is alive and not after he is dead. You see, I usually find myself among strangers because I drift here and there trying to forget the sad things that happened to me. Whenever you feel like criticizing anyone, just remember that all the people in this world haven't had the advantages that you've had. There are only the pursued, the pursuing, the busy and the tired. It was only a sunny smile, and little it cost in the giving, but like morning light it scattered the night and made the day worth living. You don't write because you want to say something, you write because you have something to say. They slipped briskly into an intimacy from which they never recovered. Cut out all these exclamation points. An exclamation point is like laughing at your own joke. They're a rotten crowd, I shouted across the lawn. You're worth the whole damn bunch put together. In his blue gardens men and girls came and went like moths among the whisperings and the champagne and the stars. I like people and I like them to like me, but I wear my heart where God put it, on the inside. There are all kinds of love in this world, but never the same love twice. All I kept thinking about, over and over, was, you can't live forever, you can't live forever. First you take a drink, then the drink takes a drink, then the drink takes you. I felt a haunting loneliness sometimes, and felt it in others, young clerks in the dusk, wasting the most poignant moments of night and life. No amount of fire or freshness can challenge what a man will store up in his ghostly heart. He looked at her the way all women want to be looked at by a man. Actually, that's my secret. I can't even talk about you to anybody because I don't want any more people to know how wonderful you are. Everyone suspects himself of at least one of the cardinal virtues, and this is mine. I am one of the few honest people that I have ever known. If personality is an unbroken series of successful gestures, then there was something gorgeous about him. Writers aren't people exactly. Or, if they're any good, they're a whole lot of people trying so hard to be one person. I'm a slave to my emotions, to my likes, to my hatred of boredom, to most of my desires. There is a moment, just before the first kiss, a whispered word, something that makes it worthwhile. A woman should be able to kiss a man beautifully and romantically without any desire to be either his wife or his mistress. New friends can often have a better time together than old friends. Do you ever wait for the longest day of the year and then miss it? I always wait for the longest day of the year and then miss it. I've been drunk for about a week now, and I thought it might sober me up to sit in a library. I hope something happens. I'm restless as the devil and have a horror of getting fat or falling in love and growing domestic. Tired with nothing, tired with everything, tired with the world's weight he had never chosen to bear. You're the only girl I've seen for a long time that actually did look like something blooming. She was dazzling, a light. It was agony to comprehend her beauty in a glance. I won't kiss you. It might get to be a habit, and I can't get rid of habits. I shall go on shining as a brilliantly meaningless figure in a meaningless world. You're not sorry to go, of course. With people like us, our home is where we are not. No one person in the world is necessary to you or to me. You are the finest, loveliest, tenderest, and most beautiful person I have ever known, and even that is an understatement. I don't ask you to love me always like this, but I ask you to remember. Somewhere inside me there'll always be the person I am tonight. Strange children should smile at each other and say, "Let's play." Well, let it pass, he thought. April is over, April is over. There are all kinds of love in the world, but never the same love twice. The exhilarating ripple of her voice was a wild tonic in the rain. When a girl feels that she's perfectly groomed and dressed, she can forget that part of her. That's charm. Grown up, and that is a terribly hard thing to do. It is much easier to skip it and go from one childhood to another. I'm not sure what I'll do, but, well, I want to go places and see people. I want my mind to grow. I want to live where things happen on a big scale. If you spend your life sparing people's feelings and feeding their vanity, you get so you can't distinguish what should be respected in them. It was the kind of voice that the ear follows up and down, as if each speech is an arrangement of notes that will never be played again. An artist is someone who can hold two opposing viewpoints and still remain fully functional. His dream must have seemed so close that he could hardly fail to grasp it. He did not know that it was already behind him. The test of a first-rate intelligence is the ability to hold two opposed ideas in the mind at the same time and still retain the ability to function. If I knew words enough, I could write the longest love letter in the world and never get tired. What'll we do with ourselves this afternoon? Cried Daisy, and the day after that, and the next 30 years? You know I'm old in some ways, in others well. I'm just a little girl. I like sunshine and pretty things and cheerfulness, and I dread responsibility. Why shouldn't he? All life is just a progression toward and then a recession from one phrase, I love you. Unloved women have no biographies, they have histories. Mother says that two souls are sometimes created together and in love before they're born. Once in a while I go off on a spree and make a fool of myself, but I always come back, and in my heart I love her all the time.